Your St. Louis Blues come roaring back. Defeat the Colorado Avalanche 5-4 in overtime. See it on your screen right there if you're watching on YouTube.com or on Spotify on your favorite device, etc. I thought I would stop using the term etc. in the year of our Lord 2022, but I have decided not to. I have now redecided not to, and there it is. The Blues win. Epic game. The Avs were up 3-0 in the game. Nathan MacKinnon with the craziest goal of all time. Look at this lady's face. Like, what the fuck? Crazy. St. Louis lost their goaltender for the year, or for the series, excuse me, after he accidentally was run into by one of the toughest, craziest players in the league, just completely accidentally. I do think it was an accident. Not like a complete accident, but I think it was an accident. So the Blues come back. Nathan MacKinnon, that goal, coast to coast, man. Unbelievable. So now the Blues, they trail 3-2 in the series. They're going back to St. Louis. I don't think that they're going to win because they're not as good. But they certainly have what it takes to scare the shit out of the super heavy favorites. I think Colorado will win next game. They just have better players. Nathan MacKinnon with a hat trick in that goal. Unreal. All right, let's go to the association real quick. This shouldn't take long. It's Blowout City. Boring. There are rumors that the Heat have COVID. Who the hell knows, man? Ugly game. 17-19 in the first quarter is not really acceptable in the association, but that's what the score was. And then the next quarter was 20-23, and the entire internet was like, wow, y'all suck at this. You suck. It was boring. Everybody complained while the NHL was happening, and the NHL was electric. So that's sort of where the NBA playoffs are. I think there's game 5 is tonight between the Warriors and the Mavs. Yes, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's every other day now that we are in conference final time. In the National Hockey League, I think there should be 2 games tonight. Yeah, it's Thursday night. Rangers at Canes. That's right down the road from me in Raleigh, North Carolina. And the Battle of Alberta heads to Calgary, where they're going to be panicking because they trail 3-1. Game 5, the Flames backs up against it. The whole world wants to see Nathan MacKinnon of the Avs, like we just showed you there, and Cale Makar against Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid of the Oilers, but that's not how it works, dude. That's not how it works. Tampa is just home resting. They don't even care. They're just home resting. Big news yesterday in the National Football League. Colin Kaepernick got his first workout with the professional football team since, I think, 2013. Any guesses? Bueller, the Las Vegas Raiders. Wait, it was 2016. Pardon me. Colin will work out for the Raiders, who are now coached by Josh McDaniels. They have a starting quarterback. That would be a great fit for him in Vegas. It's clearly Derek Carr's team. Someone should sign him. I mean, I don't know if he's still as fast, but he had a cannon of an arm. He's kind of fast. If you're like Washington, I don't know why Philly doesn't sign him. He'd be perfect backup for Jalen Hurts. You couldn't create a backup better for Jalen Hurts than Colin Kaepernick. So we shall see. Usually in these workouts, if they go really well, they end up getting signed immediately. I don't know who the backup is right now for Oakland. I don't care to look. It was Marcus Mariota, who has a very similar athletic profile to Colin Kaepernick. Mariota's significantly faster and better runner, I think, but he's had some injury history, and he's got degenerative elbowitis or something going on. I don't know. We'll see. I'm kind of rooting for it just because there's no reason for him not to be in professional football. Other things in professional football, Johnny Manziel is in it's this league that's fan controlled. I think that fans can text the plays they want to run or something. It's this football league. Anyway, Johnny Manziel, I'm going to play the whole clip for you. Johnny Manziel threw a touchdown pass and then started smoking weed. It was pretty incredible. So there's the pass. It's like arena league, but look at the lights. There are people there. Allegedly, he pulls out of his pants a joint. Man, that guy was on top of the world. Now he's on MTV's Real World I Play Arena League Football. I don't know who that dude is who took a hit of the J with him. This is 2.8 million views. That is objectively funny. That is actually hilarious. Good for Johnny, living his best life, making $30,000 playing football. You love to see it. Do you? I suppose so. Joel Zumaya was a former pitcher for the Detroit Tigers, and he went off on the Tigers organization on Instagram, which was it was hilarious. So Joel Zumaya was the guy that could throw 107 miles an hour. I'm not joking. So first thing is mad emoji times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 mad emojis. I think I counted that correctly. See them all up there? Yep. Is there any other true Detroit Tiger fan as disappointed as I am on how the season is going for the team? Well, I, Joel Zumaya, number 54, former Detroit Tiger, truly am disgusted, disappointed, just flat out upset at how much this organization has let itself fall into the category, blah, 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 blah. I can't believe they gave Al Avila, that's the GM, an undisclosed extension. Blows my mind. Mind blown, mind blown, mind blown, mind blown emoji. They need to clean house. The good old English D is too iconic. Too great to even let it fall to these standards. They do suck a lot, the Detroit Tigers. They have fewer home runs than Aaron Judge. The Tigers have had 1,200 plate appearances. Aaron Judge has had 117 plate appearances. Yet they have fewer home runs, which is objectively funny, but like bad. Remember we talked about the Javon Kinlaw thing and him using a racial slur at a reporter and then cussing at that guy and then yelling at him? Everybody's super mad at the reporter. People are very disappointed in Kinlaw, but this has become quite the melodrama for the offseason. Apparently, that reporter is a douchebag, and everybody in the Giants organization hates him. So everybody had his back. Here are people that had his back in public. Eric Armstead, who's been in the league, I want to say 2013. It could be 2011. I actually forget. Tyreek Hill, Brandon Ayuk. Remember, he was a good receiver, and then maybe he's not good. Jaquiski Tartt, Deebo Samuel, Tabor Pepper. I don't know who Tabor Pepper is, but Eric Armstead, or excuse me, Tyreek Hill is the only one that's not a Niner, and that guy came to his defense. So here's Raheem Mostert, who I believe plays for the Dolphins now, but he used to play for the Niners with, so he knows this reporter. We're always told journalists and reporters have a job to do. Okay, understood. But this, he admitted retirement as a multimillionaire went through his mind. This is unacceptable. Like, apparently that guy's just the journalist is just a real dick to people who are injured and trying to come back from injury. And as a result of that, these guys are like, hey, you're an a-hole. And they didn't really mind Javon going off at him. Shouldn't cuss at him. And the racial I'm sure that there's going to be punishment upcoming. I mean, I'm very confident that that's going to happen. You can't do that kind of thing. But I don't think that the team is actually super mad. I think they are upset that they have to deal with this and that clip is out there, which is reasonable. Mason Rudolph, who's still on the Pittsburgh Steelers, who have the quarterback Kenny Pickett that they drafted in the first round and former second overall pick Mitch Trubisky, he said, I still have an opportunity to be a starter. No. That's, no. You don't. But I enjoy your enthusiasm, and I appreciate it. So here it is. Here's the Aaron Judge stat. This is honestly, wait, excuse me, I was wrong. I misspoke. The Tigers have 22 home runs. Aaron Judge has 17. The Dodgers have scored almost twice as many runs as the Tigers. It's just one of these funny things. It's just one of these funny things. This is all happening. Meanwhile, the Phillies are one of the best hitting teams in Major League Baseball, but they can't get anybody out. Baseball's fun. I'm just trying to sprinkle in some baseball. The Yankees are incredibly hot. They look really good, but the fans are freaking out because, that's New York is as New York does, and they just care way too much about it way too early while the rest of us are trying to enjoy the playoffs. Playoffs? So that's what's happening on the internet. Mad Dog Russo, a mainstay, one of the innovators of sports talk media. He was on with Mike Francesa, who's a legend. He is now on First Take. He took Max Kellerman? I don't even know. He was on First Take with Stephen A. Smith, and now Mad Dog Russo sits in that chair. And he very good at yelling, and he had a really big yelly rant about gun control. And it's just we'll play a little bit of it. We're gonna play all of it. We'll just play a little bit so you can hear how upset he is. Here we go.
Convention in Houston, Texas, for crying out loud. And yes, there are a million reasons why we have all these 18-year-old kids who feel disconnected and feel like they got to go out there and blow up a supermarket, a school, a movie theater in Colorado with armor on. They're disconnected. But I can't look at every computer. I can't look at every social media post. I can't look at every Instagram thing to see what these kids are thinking about. But what I can do, I can limit their ability to obtain weapons. That I can do.
That's a good point. And what's really interesting about this particular massacre in the United States is that usually when things like this happen, sports people do a pretty good job of sticking to sports. They'll comment on it. This same thing happened with racial equality and protests, which, by the way, that happened. I believe yesterday was the 2-year anniversary of George Floyd's murder. And I think this feels a little different. People are really not sticking to sports, so we'll see. I don't think nothing will happen. I mean, you either vote for people that will do something or you won't, and that's your choice. And we live in a country. That's how it goes. We all agree to play by the same rules for the most part. You vote or you don't vote. New episode of Spittin' Chicklets today, courtesy of the Barstool Sports family of podcasts. I'll be listening to that. They do a great job recapping the playoffs. Paul Bissonnette, Biznasty. Bissonnette is the guy all the way to the left on the TNT broadcast. He does a great job on Spittin' Chicklets. A little bit more. I mean, it's a podcast. You can cuss. I cuss on this show all the time. All the time. Be back and better than ever. We got 2 NHL playoff games tonight, 1 NBA playoff game. We'll recap those. Like, rate, review, subscribe. See you then.